Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. Quiet mixed trade across the ag space. Overnight started to drift a little bit lower as we approach the pause. Corn right now is down 2 to 3 cents, sitting near session lows. Soybean prices 6 to 8 lower. Meal down $1 to $2, while bean oil is mixed, mostly lower, between 5 and 10 points. Wheat prices down 1 to 2 in Chicago and Kansas City, while up 2 to 3 cents in Minneapolis. No updates on biofuel mandates or tax credits. Bean oil prices are pretty much right back to where they closed on Wednesday. Speculative traders were buyers across the soybean complex yesterday, while being light sellers in the feed grains. I would not expect any major changes in this afternoon's CFTC Commitment of Traders updates. I do think we'll see a new record short position held by money managers in soybean meal, and probably going to see some covering of short positions in the feed grains, both corn and wheat. Still quite heavily short across the three classes of wheat, however. Export sales yesterday were decent. Pace analysis would suggest the USDA forecast on corn is still too low, perhaps a touch low for soybeans as well. Wheat sales have really jumped out here the past couple of weeks as global buyers have turned to the U.S. given the big pullback in prices here. New crop commitments at 154 million bushels are the highest for mid-May on new crop wheat in just over a decade. Cool, dry conditions across the northern Midwest over the holiday weekend. Heavy rains in the southern Midwest and Delta region over the next 5 days. Some potential for flooding in isolated areas, namely in Missouri, Arkansas, and eastern Oklahoma. This may prevent some of this year's corn and soybean acres from being planted. Extended forecasts do keep conditions cool in the east, with temperatures building across the western Corn Belt. Yesterday afternoon, the Buenos Aires Grain Exchange reported Argentine corn harvest advanced only 2% in the past week to 39%, while they left their production forecast unchanged at 49 million metric tons. Just a touch below the USDA's estimate at 50 million metric tons. Bean harvest jumped 9% to 74% complete, and now that's still just a touch below their historical average. After reaching new 2 to 3 week highs yesterday, corn prices have backed off a touch. I would expect initial crop ratings on Tuesday to be slightly above their historical average. A lot may hinge on just how widespread heavy rains are this weekend across the South. Overnight, the 100-day moving average at 454 3/4 pretty much capped rally attempts here in the December futures. July beans also backed off after making new highs overnight. New highs for the week. Media outlets are reporting that U.S. and Chinese officials spoke via phone yesterday for the first time since the two world's largest economies agreed to scale back tariffs earlier this month. The 100-day moving average at 1049.25 should provide some pretty good support below the market. There are also expectations for President Trump and Chinese President Yi to speak here in the next week or so. July bean oil, that topped out right at this week's high at 50.30. Meal just remains stuck between $290 and $300 a ton. Inside trade for Kansas City and Minneapolis futures overnight attempts to rebound July Chicago wheat pretty much capped right at their 50-day moving average at 547 3/4. Obviously, we'll be on alert for any pending news or breaking news regarding mandates and tax policies from the Trump administration. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great Friday and a wonderful holiday weekend.